Let's get nuts. Let's get nuts indeed, guys. What is happening? Welcome to Film Junkie Live. It's Monday, the end of Monday. We got through another Monday. We're good. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Hit that like, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share, do all the things, comment, everything. Let's have some fun. We have some things to talk about, of course. Some dumbassery out there, of course. We're going to be talking about when it comes to, what's going on when it comes to DC Studios and all that stuff. We got all that and other DCU news and whatnot. And then, of course, we got, New York Comic Con. Not much movie-wise came out of there, but hey, we'll talk about what happened when it came to the MCU. The box office, not a good box office. Not really a good box office for good old TRON Aries. And then, hey, let's watch some trailers. Anyways. All right, guys, what are we talking about here? Talk to me, what's going on? We got Big Joe, Cosmicbook news. Of course, they have constantly posted stuff like this all the time. Well, WB isn't selling after the year they've had. No way. Yeah, that's the big thing. Cosmicbook. And I have a story. I have a story that I've talked about before, but I'll talk about it again. Clark, what's happening? I'd be grateful if he was removed personally. Okay. We got Monique right here. What do you got for us tonight? You're gonna make us hungry. Happy Monday to you. It's mayo parm air fried chicken night and some tartiflette. Tartiflette. I'm saying tartiflette. Flat. I'm totally just butchering that word right there, but it sounds amazing. I actually had some sweet potatoes tonight. I actually made myself a sweet potato with my dinner, and I was like, wow, I haven't really done that ever in the air fryer, and it was delicious, absolutely delicious. So, what's going on? Emma, if Gunn is out, hope he makes a live-action Creature Commandos movie first. Like I said, it's not likely that he's out, but, we're going to talk about it, of course. Mr. Fear Jason, good to see you. We got Taladia, what's happening? Good to see you, buddy. It's great talking to you on Friday, of course. We got Martin. LOL. Yeah, reboot that thing. I think then DC is complete over with the audience if they not hit it running perfectly. Okay. And then we got Dietrich right here. Typical Cosmicbook news. They just don't like James Gunn. What? The shit you say. Hardboiled, Eric. With Zach about to make movies with Paramount, I'd say you can expect a new set of hashtags after the buyout. Yeah, good thing that hashtags are dead on Twitter. Thank God. Jacob, what's going on? James Gunn would not be out because it would be counterproductive, but still, if Paramount does buy WB, that would lead to a disaster for the industry. All right, and then we got Nikolai. What's going on? Cheers to you. We got Clone Avenger, man, I haven't been on Twitter or anything all day. Thus, the first I have heard of. Don't worry. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Like Ryan is saying right there. That's what we're gonna be talking about. I'm gonna get my 2 cents and everything. Critic Chris, what is happening? Good to see you. All right, guys. Yeah, like I said, like I said, I'm going to give my 2 cents, as I do. I'm going to rant off a little bit, as I do. I know, I started turning into Trump right there. As I do, I love to rant. What can I say? Me, ranting, just love doing it. But yeah, that's what I'm going to, I'm going to give my 2 cents, and I'm going to give my thoughts about Cosmicbook news, as they call themselves. Cosmicbook fake news. Yeah, that's for damn sure. But yeah, guys, subscribe, do all the things. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. Hung out with friends. I had round 2 of my birthday. It's my birthday month, so had round 2. We wanted to go to this 90s themed speakeasy in this one town, the town I grew up in. Sadly, it didn't happen because totally forgot. Had to make a reservation. Didn't make a reservation, and it was all booked up, so didn't get to visit the 90s themed speakeasy. I'm gonna have to do that later. We still had fun though. Went out, had some dinner, watched some playoff baseball, good stuff, and yeah, had some fun. And then Sunday, Mama Film Junkie and I, we went to a magic show. That's right, guys. I went to a magic show yesterday. She wanted to go. She was like, oh, this will be your birthday present. I went, okay. So we went to a magic show. the Elric brothers, I think they're called. They're German. The Germans. And so I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but yeah, we went to a magic show yesterday, and it was actually pretty good. They had some illusions where I went, oh, I saw how they did it there. You know how you always try to figure out how they do the magic tricks. It's like, yeah, I saw a little bit. I saw a little bit with some things, but man, the last illusion they did, they made like a Lamborghini like float in the air and turn around, and I was going, okay, I don't know how the hell they were doing that. It was pretty crazy, and then of course they made it disappear. So. They made it disappear. What's going on, Lane? Good to see you, buddy. Gun out and Snyder returns after sale. God, I don't know why you guys want Snyder to regress. Why do you want Snyder to regress? That's the thing that always irks me. I'm like, Zach is making art right now. If you've looked at his Instagram, he posts every day about his passion project. You guys want him to give up making passion projects to do superhero cape shit? Stop it. No. Zach does not want to run DC Studios. Let's get that out of our brains, okay? Okay. Stop it with the Zach stuff. That's what I just get tired of, because I see it all the time, and I'm like, ah. Anyways, all right, guys. We're good. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's just dive right into it. Like I said, hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Yeah, there we go. All right, we'll dive right into this, and let's dive right into some Mortal Kombat 2. That's right. New York Comic-Con had some Mortal Kombat 2 stuff that happened. They actually announced that Mortal Kombat 3 is already in active development. So I guess they have, they have some confidence, or they want to make it seem like they have confidence in Mortal Kombat 2. But Entertainment Weekly has a new look at Kitana. Ow! There she is. There's Kitana. I forgot what the actress's name is. I should have probably wrote that down, but there's Kitana right there, which looks pretty sweet. What's going on, Versus Seed and Arkham? Arkham Knight out there. Good to see you guys. There she is right there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, it seems like, they had a whole panel, and they talked about the good times. There was actually a little featurette. Let's see. Where's that featurette? I'm going to scroll up a little bit, because there was a little featurette that was pretty sweet when it came to that. It was probably on Saturday. Going a little farther up right now. Man, I didn't know it was that far up. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, there it is right here. Here's like the little featurette that they had, which is pretty sweet. This right here. Some new shots.
Filmmaking doesn't get much bigger than this. This is the way Mortal Kombat is meant to be seen.
We had to up the ante on every aspect.
The fatalities.
The flawless victories. The sequel is bigger in every way possible.
And hopefully you're barely in it.
That's what it's designed for. Fans of fun, action, adventure, and it's such a huge undertaking.
You've never seen a Mortal Kombat in this massive scale.
This is an epic story that we have the opportunity to tell.
When I first met Carl on set, I was like, oh, here's Johnny Cage. Oh my gosh. It's showtime. Get over here! This is Mortal Kombat. Finish him!
Ooh, I mean, as a Mortal Kombat fan, at least a fan of the first trilogy, the first three, it's looking more like Mortal Kombat than the last one. That's for sure. Because let's face it, and I love it. They did show, what's his name? They showed Cole, the guy who's playing Cole, and I'm like, I hope you're barely in it, because I didn't like your character. And hopefully he is barely in it, and it seems like he is, because you watch that first little teaser trailer. Oh, no bueno. So, no bueno. He wasn't in there. He was not in there. So, anyways. And he knew it was going to happen, because obviously the first movie was a huge hit. Almost made $1 billion. That's right. The Minecraft sequel is coming out July 23rd, 2027. Just shows you again that 2027 is going to be insane. Going to be insane because, obviously we knew that was going to happen. I'm surprised it took this long for them to announce a sequel. I'm actually very surprised it took this long for a sequel. But I think there's another movie. Is it the Simpsons movie? I think that's supposed to be coming out. The other Simpsons movie I think is supposed to be coming out as well when it comes to that date. So I don't know who's going to fold. Probably the Simpsons, because I don't know if the Simpsons is going to have that box office pull like Minecraft did, but holy Lord. Hey, we got Shemagic in the house right here. What's going on? Good to see you, buddy. Chilling in the man cave. Yeah. Yeah, you see that? He's got the bat cave. Yeah, I forgot to actually show this to you guys. My mom actually got me this. She got me the bat cave, and so I was like, all right, stick it right there. I don't know if you guys, I know like my little arm thing right here kind of blocks it, but I don't have any other room or anything, so it's pretty good. I think it works right there. You know, if you can see it, so now I can't get it to stand up. Shouldn't have moved it. There we go, we're good. But anyways, good to see you. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Always great seeing your stuff on Instagram. Follow him on Instagram. Follow on Instagram. Where's the giant penny? I know I should get like a giant penny or something like that. So I guess, okay, so when it comes to the Oceans franchise, we heard that George Clooney said that there is going to be an Oceans 14 and that they're probably going to be shooting next year, and Brad Pitt and Matt Damon and Julia Roberts. They're like, everybody's going to be coming back, okay? Everybody who's, still alive. Obviously, there's some people that have passed away, but it's okay. But it's like, all right, so we have that, and then we also have this. Bradley Cooper is in talks to join Margot Robbie in the Oceans prequel. I totally forgot there was a prequel for also when it comes to the Oceans franchise. Ryan Gosling is reportedly no longer attached to the project. Totally forgot about that they were going to do a prequel. I don't know. It's going to be weird, but I mean, hey, if we're going to get a sequel and a prequel, maybe they're going to be doing something pretty cool about it. I don't know. I really don't know. Well, let's keep going here. What do we got? Good to see you there, Mr. Eric Patterson, and see you, Mr. Droga, too. And one of the trailers I'm going to watch in the, later on in the show, we got the new Running Man poster right here, which, I dig it. It's got slightly floaty heady, but it's not too bad. I like the fact that there's a lot of fire in the buildings and all this stuff and the soldiers and everything. This is actually a pretty nice poster. Survive 30 days while the world hunts you down. I'm very much looking forward to this movie. Cannot wait. It's going to be really good. Edgar Wright, my God. Can't go wrong with Edgar Wright. But like I said, this poster is pretty good. Like they took they got the floating head kind of stuff, but not really. They did a good job of structuring it with everything that's happening when it comes to the buildings and everything. It looks pretty sweet. So, but yeah, I haven't watched the new trailer that came out today, so that's gonna be one of the trailers I'm going to watch. Oh, you want to see something sexy? You want to see something really sexy? Well, maybe I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna wait. Because this is actually part of the MCU stuff. So I'm going to wait for that. I'm going to give it a little wait. Yeah. I just wait a little bit. But here's something. Speaking of sexy, if we're talking about the end of the first movie, Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver has said she's met with Disney on reprising her role as Ripley. What? Yeah, according to EW, Alien producer Walter Hill is a very good friend of mine, and he wrote 50 pages of where Ripley would be now, and they are quite extraordinary. So completely ignoring Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, right? I mean, obviously that's what they're going to do. And I'm just like, remember when Neil Blomkamp, he had concept art, he apparently wrote a script, and yeah, they were going to completely ignore those and just be like, oh yeah, it wasn't like that. Like, not everybody died in Alien 3 at the, and all and everything. It was like, yeah, Hicks is going to be there, Newt is still going to be there, Bishop, I mean, those guys are going to be back, but it's going to be interesting. Like, what are those 50 pages? Where is she now? But yeah, apparently they're just gonna, which is fine. You can ignore Alien 3. David Fincher certainly would love to ignore that movie. He's expressed so many times that he hates that movie. And then of course Alien Resurrection, who Joss Whedon. Anyways, but I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do, if they do anything. And I'm like, hey, she can have one more go with Ripley, huh? Why not? Uh-oh. See, what's going on here? What's up with these actors not wanting to reprise their roles that made them, pretty famous? First, First, we have Jesse Eisenberg not reprising his role for the sequel of The Social Network. He's not going to be playing Zucky Pants again. And now, Jim Caviezel is no longer going to return as Jesus, which is kind of like, I see what you did there, discussing film. Jim is not returning as Jesus, even though this is all about the resurrection and the return of Jesus. But yes, apparently he's not. That's interesting. And it says sequels. I thought there was just one. Are they? Oh, that's right. They are making two. I totally forgot. Part 1 and Part 2. I wonder why. Did Jim Caviezel... I mean, I remember he said he got struck by lightning twice, right? He got struck by lightning twice. Apparently, which is kind of creepy. So maybe that was part of it, where he was like, I'm not... Or he got a little too crazy. I don't know what's going on with that. It seemed like when I saw Mel Gibson on Joe Rogan's podcast, he talked about the sequel, and he even talked about that Jim Caviezel is totally ready. He wanted to do it. He can't wait to do it, and he was all about it. So, yeah. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. We'll see. Oh, and this is sad right here. Everything good with the stream? Everything's good with the stream, right? I'm always worried that the stream is like not good, but I think we're good.
Build a website you love.
Yeah, just making sure the playback's good. Just making sure that playback's good. Yeah, there probably was some like creative differences or something like that. All right, we're good. We're good with the playback. We're good. Okay, just making sure. Want to double check. It's always the Wednesday shows, and like I said, guys, I'm not going to be doing Film Junkee on Wednesdays anymore for the future. Right now, it's going to be. I'm just going to be doing like normal videos. Still going to be doing DC Fandom, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me get through the tweets here, but I'll talk about like the new schedule when it comes to the channel. Anyways, all right. This is sad because obviously we talked about Tron Ares, and we got Cameron Monaghan right here. Cameron Monaghan was literally, his name is listed. If you watch Tron Ares, you see the opening credits, you see Cameron Monaghan's name. You see him in there. We saw that he was going to be in this movie. And, well, here we go right here. We have a behind-the-scenes video of him training for it. And it's pretty badass.
And 3, 2, 1, action.
And what did Disney do? Snip, 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 snip. He's in the movie for 4.5 seconds. Can you believe that? What the F?
3, 2, 1, action.
Cameron Monaghan shows the behind the scenes of his stunt performance in Tron Ares with Cody Loudon as his stunt double and Brian Ho as the fight choreography. For coordinator, need to see more pieces like this, blah, blah, blah. Somebody was talking about that, but that's sad. You know, I don't mean to, spoiler alert, he is in it for like 4.5 seconds. You see him, like, Ares just like, something, happens at the beginning, and you see him like, and then you see him die. It's like, what what was, again, there's a reason why Tron Ares bombed, essentially. It's kind of flopping right now. We'll talk about the box office, but it's like, what the hell, man? What the hell? And he went through all that, so he had a big role at first, and they completely cut him out. They completely cut him out of the movie, so sad. Really sad. But what can he do? What can he do? Jeez. It's just what happens, right? It's sad, but it happens. Yeah, you don't wish it. So obviously when it came to the end of Peacemaker, and we saw that Checkmate is now a thing, and Checkmate is from the books. They created Checkmate, which is cool. It was like, all right, cool to see that. And, Miss Sasha Bordeaux, she is... She's part of Checkmate when it comes to the books. Obviously she did some security for Bruce Wayne as well, which is going to be interesting to see when, if James Gunn or whomever is going to be full on handling the Brave and the Bold movie, if they're going to incorporate her. But I would say, Jimmy Gunn, you should incorporate her. I'm just saying, incorporate her when is the Checkmate series coming out? There's no reason exactly why I want to see her again. I'm just saying, I'm looking forward to seeing Miss Bordeaux again in the DCU. I don't know why. I just kind of liked her presence. You know, it's just, I think she's, you know, I think she's an up-and-coming star. Really, that's all. That's all. There's no other reason. No other reason, but I just think she's, you know, she's got charisma. You know? Oh, who am I kidding? She's hot as hell. I mean, come on. She posted that. Hey, she posted that. That was her doing that. She's freaking gorgeous. Let's just face it, all right? Let's just face it. Let's just face it. She's just, yeah, she's nice to look at. She, you know, I don't know. I guess that was after a workout. I don't know, something. But let's just stare at that for the rest. Yeah, look respectfully, guys. Look respectfully, like what Ben's saying. Oh man, I tell you, yeah, that woman. I mean, it's just so hot. Yeah, so hot. Anyways, all right. Warner Brothers, Paramount, what's happening with that? And of course, that's going to lead into, oh, well, eventually we're going to get into the whole, like, oh, is James Gunn out? And blah, blah, blah. But obviously, and this happens all the time, that's why it's not even that big of a story, but it's like, oh yeah, but the plot thickens a little bit because this is what happens. It's all about negotiations and everything. You want to get the proper bid, right? Warner Brothers has rejected Paramount's first bid to buy the company, and that's according to Bloomberg right there. Of course they did. They always do. Everybody, it's never the first bid is, you never take the first bid. Are you kidding me? But who knows? I mean, like I said, I'm like iffy about it. I'm just like, is it going to be a good thing? Is it going to be a bad thing? I don't really like it because I like the fact that there's still the big five studios. And if you know, Paramount buys Warner Brothers, now it's going to be the big four. And I kind of worry about how, you know, they're going to be handling things. But I think it would be okay. But who knows? But yeah. They rejected the first bid, which is good. It's fine. Perfectly fine. So, anyways. What else we got here? That's a pretty funny video, but I don't need to see that. Keep going. Oh, here we go. Predator Badlands. So Predator Badlands is coming out in a month, so a month from now. And you can actually buy your tickets now. They're on sale and they release. Of course, anytime when one of these big movies comes out, they release a bunch of posters, and of course, you know, ticket sales are up. We got these posters right here. This one might be my favorite. Love this one, the real 3D one. I just love the fact that she's just on his back, you know, with no legs, no lower half. It's just cool. I just really like that poster. Then you got this one right here, where, yeah, she's also on his back too. And then you got this big, huge freaking creature that has so many teeth. And then this right here, and he's got his full-on mask on right there. That's pretty sweet. Full-on mask. And then the last one is this right here. Not too bad. So like all three posters has her like on his back, which I think is cool. Yeah, it's a PG-13 movie, but I think they're getting away with it because there's no actual human gore. That's what's going to happen. So, Dave, why do I keep getting ads for dating on your chat? I don't know. Whatever you're searching for, Arkham Knight, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Like I said, on Wednesday show, I'm just glad that there's no ads while I'm streaming. Because on Wednesday, something happened where you guys were seeing ads. Like ads were like disrupting the stream and playing like it were like crazy, like something. But I know YouTube was doing something where they were going to start putting ads in the chat. Again, no, I have no control over that. So hopefully, you're not seeing too many crazy things. And then finally, well, I mean, this could lead into the DCU news, but yeah, man, check this out. Queen Studios had this displayed. I think this was, where was this displayed at? Maybe New York Comic Con? I don't know, but this is pretty sweet. The detail in Mr. Corenswet. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Look at the detail on this statue right here. I don't think this was actually Comic Con. This had to be somewhere else. But yeah, look at all that detail. Jeez. I mean, look at you got the veins. Yeah, you got the veins in his fucking hands. Just crazy. Little stubble in there, you know. The hair looks pretty cool. I'm not sure where this is at. I mean, it's got to be somewhere overseas, but, you know. And, of course, that beautiful cape. That beautiful cape. And the curl. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All right. Impressive. All right, guys, and that's about it. But, yeah, like I said, guys, before we get started with DCU news, like I said, you know, just changing up the format slightly. Like I said, the Wednesday Film Junkie Lives, those are going to go bye-bye for a little bit, but we're still going to do a members-only stream, and I'll do them longer. You know, usually I do a members-only stream for about 15, 20 minutes. I'll go a little longer. So we'll still do members-only streams at 6 o'clock at the normal time, but we're just going to do, you know, just any members, you know, if you want to come in and pick my brain and we could talk a little bit about some things, we're just going to do that. And then, of course, DC Fanimated is probably going to get bumped up an hour at 7 o'clock. So we'll be able to do that stream earlier. We're actually going to have Ernie Altbacker on this Wednesday to talk about Batman Azteca full on. Me and Scott are going to talk about just specifically that. So, but yeah, as of right now, just one Film Junkie Live, which will be Monday. But I'm still going to do videos. And like I said, if you guys watch those videos, I'm trying my best to more interact and engage underneath like the comments. So, you know, because I'm like, you know, I didn't really do that before. And I'm like, why am I not doing that? I'm like, I'm home all the time. Might as well do that. So, yeah, so that's what's going to be happening now from now on. At least, you know, maybe a Wednesday Film Junkie Live will come back. I don't know. But as of right now, I needed to lighten the load a little bit. And like I said, for some reason, the Wednesday streams always seem to fuck up. I don't know why they do that, but they just seem to fuck up. So we're just going to do one Film Junkie Live, still have the Vodka stream, of course, and then DC Fan Inhibitor. But like I said, on Wednesdays at 6 p.m., members-only streams. We'll do that. We'll do that. So just wanted to update you guys on that. All right, let's talk about some DCU news. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's go scrolling through, of course. Some DC film news right here. Okay, we got a few things. We got a few things right here. Okay, we'll start off right here. Okay, so we've got some. All right, let's start off with some Batman. The Batman. DCU news, and we're starting off with The Batman Part 2. That's right, because we're all excited for it, right? And Colin Farrell apparently is excited for it because he was talking to Variety because he was promoting his new movie, and it's like, okay, Colin Farrell, you've now read the script, so now it's time to hype up that script, and he's doing that. Colin Farrell praises Matt Reeves' The Batman 2 script as contemporary genre brilliance. It works on multiple levels, both in pure entertainment and as an investigation into the psychology of the characters of Bruce Wayne and Batman. It's really moving. That's what I want right there. And I think a lot of us wanted that right there because the biggest complaint that I saw when it came to the Batman was the fact that it was like, what is up with this emo freaking vampire, pardon the, you know, the Twilight comparison, Bruce Wayne that we got right here. And I went, oh yeah, it threw a lot of people off because they were like, that's not Bruce Wayne, that's not Bruce Wayne. But then a lot of us went, well, yeah, he's not Bruce Wayne yet. He has to learn to be Bruce Wayne. Right now, he's just trying to perfect being Batman. But now he's got in the next sequels, you know, hopefully 2 of them, he's got to learn to be Bruce Wayne. And that's pretty cool. And I liked what Colin Farrell had to say right there. The Batman Folie à Deux. Yeah, so I love that. Love hearing that. And then keeping on Batman news, it's finally happening, even though it was announced a while ago. I think it was announced a few years ago. But Nightfall, Batman Nightfall, a multi-part animated film is officially in production, directed by Jeff Wamister and written by Jeremy Adams. Part 1 is set to release in 2026. How many parts are there? Because I love that story. I love the Nightfall story, the Night's End story, which obviously it's going to go into that. You know, I'm kind of thinking there's got to be at least 3, right? You have to have the Night's Fall, and then you have to show, you know, the Ezreal Batman in, you know, losing his mind and being that kind of guy. And then we get the Night's End story part of it, which is Bruce Wayne coming back, and then we get that big fight at the end between them. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, but it was just funny because they announced that and it was like, wait a minute. I thought we heard about this. I thought we heard about this a few years ago, and we did. They actually talked about this not too long, like a few years ago, and now finally it's officially happening. It's officially happening. Finally. You love it. You love to see it. All right. Now on to Jimmy Guns. Now Jimmy Guns has been talking. Of course, he had a bunch of interviews when it came to the finale of Peacemaker because, again, you know, even though, like, sometimes, yeah, I mean, he did overhype that season finale, and a lot of people went, what the hell was that? Which, you know, hopefully he learns, and then there's going to be some things, too, where it's going to be interesting to, with that response, I'm kind of wondering, like, what did Jimmy Guns learn from this first year of the DCU? 3 projects came out. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of discussions about him, a lot of things, and now it's like, okay, obviously he's got to keep the train going and still do interviews, which I'm perfectly okay with. But sometimes now, but I think now, and I think maybe Peter Safran and his wife are going to be like, stop, don't talk, don't, stop. But of course, who knows if that's going to stop. But he does still, he did some talking, and we're going to go over some of this right here. And this is something that, this is from social media, of course, and somebody wanted him to clarify something when it came to Man of Tomorrow. And again, this is what happens when you overhype, and then don't deliver, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, now you got some splaining to do. Can you please clarify how that finale gonna set up Man of Tomorrow? Like, I'm generally very confused by this. And Jimmy Gunn said, where Chris is at the end, what is happening between the government and the metahumans, Rick and Lex's new partnership, and all of their decisions. Come on. Uh-oh. Did I just freeze? Oh, no. Come on. Don't freeze up on... What is going on here? Oh, no. Now it's freezing up on my end. Jesus Christ, this stupid thing. Oh, no. It's freezing up on my end. No, I think we're good. We're good, right, guys? I don't even have this up. No, we're good. This should be good, right? It just locked up on my end for a little bit there. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Yeah, just my side. Usually my side's not the one that doesn't lock up, but it locked up right there. I saw that, so we're good. All right. Anyways, okay. Where was I? There we go. That one. Okay. So, and we are so back. I know you're saying that, Verse Seed. We're so freaking back. You guys know. You see, this is why I love having my little core audience right there. They know me. You guys know me. So, yeah, this is where, you know, because I think a lot of people, you know, including me, you know, and I was thinking maybe that Peacemaker finale was going to kind of tease Brainiac or tease like the next villain that we're going to see in the quantum little pocket universe thing. And I think that's what, and again, I always go, well, kudos to Jimmy Guns for not doing that, because if that's what a lot of people were expecting, and he does something different, I actually like it when the creator or the storyteller or the filmmaker or whatever does something that I don't guess, because a lot of us were kind of going to be probably teasing something and whatever. And, you know, obviously a lot of people were freaking out too that, you know, obviously the conservative media and, you know, the diehard Snyder fans were going like, hey, you kids can't watch Peacemaker Season 2. And we were going, that's not what he's saying. He's not saying kids need to watch Peacemaker Season 2. He's just saying that there's things in there that are going to lead into Man of Tomorrow. And yes, when it comes to the whole the Salvation Planet, and that's the thing. A lot of people didn't realize that this thing actually existed. I mean, it's kind of funny when you're seeing, you know, people online who claim that they are diehard DC people and they had no idea about this whole Salvation Run. And what is a Salvation Run? I didn't know what it was. But I don't sit there and claim like I know everything about DC. I'm not the DC junkie. I'm the film junkie. I just grew up with DC. I know some things, but I don't know all of them. I didn't know about Salvation and this Salvation Run. But yeah, that was like one of the things that a lot of people were like, what the F is this Salvation Run? And even James Gunn right here, when he was talking to Screen Brief, James Gunn says he isn't adapting Salvation run directly for the DCU, but drawing from its ideas. It really is about the concept. We're taking elements like Salvation, but we're not adapting that total story. Of course, you can't. You can't do that. You can't adapt the whole story. You can't. Just like any other adaptation where you have to take pieces from it. Just like BVS took pieces from Dark Knight Returns, Death of Superman, Birthright. There's like all, you just have to take pieces. If you're going to do a full-on adaptation, that's going to be a little bit difficult, but you always have to change things. And then naturally, so if you want to know exactly what the Salvation run is, I'll give you a little brief thing here, and I'm looking at the DCFandom.com right here, because again, I didn't really know about this, but yes, it is. We know that Jimmy Gunn loves to pull deep cuts, and the thing is, what we're going to be finding out from this year and the next couple of years is, do these deep cuts actually translate into live action? And it's going to be interesting. But it says right here, Salvation Run is a DC event tying into the countdown to Final Crisis. Yeah, people don't realize that, the Salvation Planet, it is utilized by Apocalypse. It is utilized by Darkseid. Desaad watches over. Parademons train on this planet. There are multiple levels that tie it to a lot of things, and it connects to Countdown to Final Crisis. Amanda Waller and Rick Flag, through Checkmate and the Suicide Squad, launch a campaign to round up the world's most harmful supervillains and to port them off planet. The idea being that they will not be unlawfully jailed or sentenced to their deaths, but merely exiled to a planet thousands of light years away and all this kind of stuff and blah, blah, blah. But then, obviously there's a lot of things. You've seen the covers and everything. However, factors beyond Checkmate's control show the planet to actually have been dormant, almost mechanical world filled with dangerous killer beasts. The villains are forced to deal with their circumstances and confront a community entirely composed of dangerous or psychotic criminals, where the greatest danger to them is the difficult tie between the world trying to kill them and them themselves. There's a whole history on it, but yeah, there's a whole history when it comes to Apocalypse. There's a whole history when it comes to the villains. It is interesting. And I'm curious on how it comes into play when it comes to future projects. That did intrigue me when they sent him through there, and then you heard like some growls in the background or something like that when Chris was in there. It's going to be interesting when we see Peacemaker again, and interesting how that gets incorporated. So, I do like that level. Again, it's a deep cut. It's a deep cut that, DC fans who claim that they're diehard DC fans had no idea about. And I'm like, yeah, that's why Jimmy Gunn's kind of is right for the job. But again, is it going to translate? That's the question. Is it going to translate and keep translating? Now that we've got through this first year, enough and everything. So, curious. I'm very curious about it. Anyways. Okay. What else do we got? Yeah, some behind the scenes stuff. Oh yeah, and even Jimmy Gunn said right here, he told Deadline, this stupid thing is lagging. James Gunn reveals Deadpool almost made a cameo in Peacemaker Season 2 and Ryan Reynolds wanted to do it. Yeah, I wanted them to open the door and see Deadpool in a room. I talked to Ryan Reynolds about it, and we'd had to go through some pretty big hoops to do that. Of course Ryan would want to do that. Yeah, Ryan loves to do that shit. But yeah, there's no way. There's so many. You can't. But wouldn't that be crazy if we got the first DC Marvel crossover in Peacemaker Season 2, where they opened a door and Deadpool is there? It's like, no, they can't do that. There would have been, I don't even know what kind of paperwork, what kind of fees and licenses or whatever the hell. I don't even know what the hell kind of hoops they would have to jump through to just even make that happen. My God. But, would have been funny, but I love the fact that Ryan Reynolds was down for it too. And then finally, with a screen brief right here, he talks about how the Salvation also also could be tied to Lanterns. James Gunn says Lanterns is connected to Salvation and the wider DCU storyline. Shows like Lanterns are very connected to all of that. It may not seem like it, but it's all very connected. So yeah, pump the brakes a little bit. Don't overhype it there, Jimmy Guns. You did that with Peacemaker, and now a lot of people are going, what the F, So he is kind of holding back a little bit. Doesn't seem like it's connected, but it's connected. It's like, okay, that's good. It's good. I like that. Going to be interesting, though, if we're going to see any, like, hear anything about salvation in Lanterns. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. All right, what else we got? Yeah, we got that stuff. I don't care about that. Hey, we got some concept art. So that little nightmare planet with the skulls and the spidery things that ended up being nothing. We were all wondering if that was going to be something, and it ended up being nothing, which is what we do. As fans, we get excited. It happens. We get excited. We get excited. And it ends up not being. But we have this right here. Production designer Kalina Ivanov shares concept art and details of the Hieronymus Bosch planet from Peacemaker Season 2. My own concept of the Hieronymus Bosch planet, it was not changed, so you got to experience the planet the way I and James Gunn saw it. I mean, it really is the thing of nightmares right there. Holy Lord. Yikes. So yeah, they pulled that off. They pulled that off, and that's cool. It was cool. It's cool that it basically looked like that. It did basically look like that. Batman in animated form. We got the first official trailer for Batfam. I don't know if you guys saw this. We won't watch the whole thing, but it's going to be premiering on Prime Video on November 10th. And yeah, got a little taste of this whole thing right here.
On the streets of Gotham City, he's Batman.
With a fucking beard.
But at home,
Selena, which one of these screams fun?
he's
Dad?
I swear, cleaning up Gotham
His
with
dad.
these Clayface, Mad Hatter, and Livewire has just got serious.
family style.
I'd hug you, but
We should stop the invasion first. It's not that bad.
Not that bad.
Anyways, it's a bit of a fever dream. Kind of reminds me of, you know what kind of reminds me of? I don't know why. It just kind of made me think about the old Beetlejuice cartoon. I'm like, it gave me like Beetlejuice cartoon. But you know what? It could be something fun. It seems like, obviously, it's geared more towards children. Maybe it'll give a shot because I try to give everything Batman a shot. But yeah, there's your Batfam little trailer right there. Crap, went the wrong way. But yeah, so I was like, okay, interesting. And then speaking of Batman the animated stuff, because we do have another animated series that's on Prime Video that we're kind of wondering about because we haven't heard anything really about it since Season 1 ended, but that's the Caped Crusader. And right here, when it comes to the direct, Batman Caped Crusader Season 2 will feature a very different interpretation of the Joker. I think it'll be a new take on the Joker for people who only know of if Joker begins with Mark Hamill and Jack Nicholson. This take on the Joker will be very different for them. Showrunner. Every interpretation of the Joker is different. Come on, what are we doing here? I mean, it's like, you know, obviously, if you're saying he's going to be different from Jack Nicholson and Mark Hamill, sure, okay, I could see that. Fine, perfectly fine. He also did talk about, I saw too, the showrunner, director and stuff. He talked about how, you know, Matt Reeves is very hands-on. He was very, you know, very open to a lot of things. They obviously didn't want to tie anything to Matt Reeves, the Batman universe. He talked about that too. New York Comic Con, they have this little cover for, what is this for? It's an exclusive poster from artiste Julian Tatino, and it's not too shabby. Look at that. There's Crypto and Soups right there with the T-balls. The T-spheres, I should say. So not too bad. I like that. I like that concept art. Looks really good. Good stuff. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it when it comes to other stuff right here. Oh yeah, and then Superman did win an award. It won an award at New York Comic Con, the Harvey Award for Best Adaptation from Comic Book and Graphic Novel. So hey, look at that freaking Superman. My thing's just not working, I guess. The Harvey Award. Hey, it's something. It's something. You know, I mean, obviously when it came, Fantastic Four didn't win it, so. Because remember, Fantastic Four was, nobody was going to be talking about Superman after Fantastic Four was going to come out, right? All right, that was the whole thing. All right, now let's talk about the main topic here. God, wish I had a drink right now because my God, this one, when I saw this going around, I went, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, oh, of course this is going to be utilized, and why not? And then it's just sad because I don't know how many times I hate it when I see, like, you know, these websites, these movie, whatever, pop culture websites, whatever the hell, when they take advantage of fans. And sad fact of the matter is like, you know, we've seen this before many times, and we've even seen it from this, from Cosmicbook News. We've seen it from them, and, you know, we saw it from, like, the Culture Nerd. Remember Lightcast? Remember the, you know, just bullshit things where, like, literally people were just taking advantage of the Snyder fandom, where, because, you know, anything that they, you know, anything they put out there, they thought, oh, this is real. And then, of course, me, Film Junkee out here was like, no, that's wrong. No, that's bullshit. No, what, no. And then, of course, naturally, the loud ones end up hating me and, you know, obviously blowing up my mentions and want to send all the negativity and the hate. And they still do, not as much, obviously, but it was just always funny when it was like so many things that loud side really got bamboozled on a lot of things. And it was just like, I'm trying to... And then when it comes to Cosmicbook News, Matt Maboing? I don't know what his name is. I don't know. All I know is I called him out on something probably, this had to be in 2018, I think. I called him out on something. I called him out, I forgot exactly what it was, but it was Snyderverse related. It was Snyder Cut related. Don't remember what it was, but I called him out on Twitter, and he both blocked me on his personal account and then, of course, the Cosmicbook News account. I'm still blocked from both of them because he's been called out so many times. There's a lot of bullshit that's been on Cosmicbook News. And this is also bullshit too. Gunn's DCU will not, I guess, continue. He's trying to be smart right there, but he should have put a U instead of, anyways. With the sale of WB. And then, of course, you have chuckleheads like, oh, Tyrone, that is like gonna eat it all up and play stupid. I don't know if maybe he is stupid. I don't know. You're going to have all that, which, of course, amplifies it even more. You got to love that. I still remember when Tyrone had Zack Snyder, he interviewed Zack Snyder. This was around the time when the Snyder Cut was coming out. He interviewed Zack Snyder. He didn't want to pay the full price for StreamYard, so there's the watermark on StreamYard. You know, Tyrone, I think he can afford paying full price. If you're going to interview Zack Snyder, he could have paid for the full price of the StreamYard app, but he didn't. He still cheapened up, but it's okay. It's whatever. I'm not gonna go into that too much right there. But he also asked Zack, and he asked Zack something too during that interview that was debunked. It was debunked by a lot of us, and he still asked him because not too smart, or he's just willfully dumb because he knows it's going to get views. I don't know. So, of course, naturally, he did that. And when it comes to all this, guys, obviously, Mr. Matt McGloin. McGloin? I'm going to call him Matt McGloin. He knows how to get clicks. He knew that he saw a clickbait title. He saw everything. Obviously, everything that's happening with Paramount and Warner Brothers, and naturally it was like, okay, if they sell, I mean, because obviously what happened recently, what happened last week when it came to Pam Abdi and Michael DeLuca, they got new contracts, and then everybody's going like, well, where's James Gunn's contract? Oh no, he's out. And it's like, well, I don't know if it's actually like that. And plus, if he's actually going to be out, why the fuck is Man of Tomorrow still happening? So they greenlit a Superman sequel. Zazzy Pants says to the investors and everything that he's very pleased of what happened with Superman and all the stuff and looking forward to what's next when it came to the Superman saga. But yet he's out. It does not take a genius to see that Mr. Matt McGroin right here is just bullshitting and taking advantage and getting your clicks. Getting the clicks. Getting the clicks. Now, mind you, anything could happen. Okay? I'm not saying that it couldn't happen, because it could. We talked about this on the Vodka stream when we were talking about the very topic of Warner Brothers and Paramount. Yeah, sorry, sell Netflix people. That ain't fucking happening. But when it comes to Paramount, when it comes to David Ellison, yeah, he might just be like, nope, I don't want you. I don't want James Gunn. He might say that. Who knows? It could happen. If he does buy and Zaslav agrees, he could very well be, yeah, I don't want what James Gunn is cooking. It would seem like that would be pretty dumb to do that, because he's already establishing something for the DC universe. And yes, didn't come out hot. It didn't come out of the fucking oven, super hot, and everybody was just like, nom, nom, nom. No, it's a little rough. Start off with Creature Commandos, Superman, not super successful, not like, some people were thinking it was going to make $1 billion, it's going to make $800 million, didn't quite do that, but it also wasn't a flop. Over $600 million, that's what they needed. They made it over $500 million. I mean, William said it so many times on the Vodka stream and in his own show, you crack the champagne just because of that, because you're trying to start a new universe in this era of 2025, which is not the same era as 2015, which a lot of people, some of these guys out there that are very loud, have their mindset stuck in 2015, 10 years ago. Now, there's always a chance that David Ellison might just be like, no. And like I said, even with Peacemaker was going, and then the finale, a lot of people groaned about the finale. So that's also a little rocky right there. And is Peacemaker on the top of the streaming charts? No, it's not. It's not top of the streaming charts. It is topping HBO Max. And so is Superman. They're at the top, trending number one, of course. But, HBO Max is still, they don't have the same subscribers as Netflix, of course. But, so there's a lot of things, a lot of factors. But right here, if you see Cosmicbook news, just scroll past. I mean, it's one of those where you just, don't. And like I said, Mr. Matt McGroin, how about you unblock me so I can call you out again on your bullshit? No? Okay, fine. That's fine. But as of right now, I mean, the whole thing, James Gunn out after Warner Brothers sale, first off, they turned down the bid. It might not even happen. And then, of course, if it does happen, it just doesn't seem like they already greenlit the Superman sequel. There's already projects coming out next year. It would be kind of dumb if they just were like, nope, throw it all out, because that's what we kept on seeing in the past. But of course, the guys, the loud part of the Snyder fandom, which we fought against studios doing this, they would celebrate because they're fucking hypocrites. Hypocrites, all ya, hypocrites. But you don't like this guy, so hey, all the stuff we fought against, studios interfering with creators and filmmakers and all the bullshit that they go through, what we were trying to fight for when it came to Zack, yeah, that gets thrown out the window because you don't like the guy with the spiky hair and glasses. Wait a minute. Anyways, I'm just saying, it's just dumb. I hate the hypocrisy. I definitely do hate the hypocrisy right there. I hate the hypocrisy. Ugh. It's frustrating, but what can you do? Let me make sure I got everything. Yeah, and that's pretty much it I wanted to talk about when it came to that. Ugh. But yeah, you see Cosmicbook news, odds are it's probably going to be bullshit. It's going to be bullshit. The fact that people are still passing around their stuff is it's fucking frustrating. It's frustrating. It's absolutely frustrating. But yeah, like I said, the way I'm looking at it, I'm with the first 3 projects, it's not been a huge success. No. I think it's been successful enough to warrant the next round, and then the next round after that. I think it was a good foundation that you could build, for sure. Not everything I liked, not everything I thought worked, no. But again, next year we're getting non-James Gunn projects, and that's what's going to be interesting. And then when we get the sequel, that's also going to be another little test as well. So, we have at least 2 to 3 more years of this DCU test right here. Out of the gate, strong, but not like super strong, but strong. Foundation. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm up for the ride. I'm along for the ride. That's what I gotta say. All right. Yeah, they're fake as hell. Say it louder for the back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Real Anarchy, for the $10 super chat. Much appreciated. Yeah. All right, let's move on to Marvel Studios and New York Comic Con because, I mean, DC had some things that they had there, mainly comic books. They announced like comic book runs and stuff like that, but I was like, I'm going to talk about that. But at least we got some information when it comes to Marvel Studios animation, Marvel animation, and, you know, other things too, like, you know, we've heard a couple things, so I'm just going to go down the little list I have right here. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2 is going to be releasing in fall, so we got a year. We still have a year before we see Season 2 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Charlie Cox is returning as Daredevil in Season 2. Venom's going to be making an appearance. We're also going to be in the summer of 2026. We're going to be getting X-Men 97 Season 2. They did show an image of Apocalypse. There's Apocalypse right there. So they did show him. That's pretty cool. And what else we got? There's a lot of animation talk. But then, of course, naturally. Oh, yeah. And then we saw this. Oh, yeah. This was cool right here because I even retweeted it. Because Brandon Davis, good old Brandon Davis, he was fortunate enough to host the Marvel one, the Marvel Studios Comic-Con panel. If I could freaking find it. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm not looking at my own profile. What am I doing here? Come on. Brain fart. It happens. Let's see. Let me find the video because I retweeted the video because I thought it was I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool because, you know, it was. Did I not retweet the video? Yeah, there it is right there. Jesus Christ. Scroll. This right here.
A little bit. You were maybe like assembling a team to defend New York City. It looks like it's going pretty well.
Yeah. Who's first on that list?
Jessica Jones,
Yeah.
Kristen Ritter.
There she is.
We are so back.
Oh, God. Of course he had to say, we are so back. Boy, we are so back. Nobody left. I've been here the whole time. But yeah, that was cool. That was cool to see. I mean, obviously we already knew that she was going to be making an appearance. But how sexy is this image right here that they released of Charlie Cox in his new Daredevil costume? Oh, I mean, come on. It's the best one. It's the best one yet. You got the double D's. You got the double D's. Man. And that thing is just like the texture, the color, the dark, it's like kind of like a black like red, a black red mix right there. That thing is just so good. And yeah, I know there's like the trailer leaked online. I don't want to show it. I don't want Kevin Feige to, you know, snipe my damn stream right here. So I know that I didn't watch it. I don't want to watch a bootleg trailer. You know what trailer I didn't watch though? I did not watch the Wonder Man trailer. I'm gonna watch it right now. I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I know it. I should save it for the trailer portion of this, but I'm gonna watch it now since we're talking about Marvel Studios. But let's check out the Wonder Man trailer right here.
The entertainment world is stunned today when internationally celebrated and reclusive filmmaker Von Kovac sprung out of retirement to sign on for a remake of Wonder Man. Mr. Von Kovac, could you tell us more?
Everyone is tired of superheroes. There is an opportunity to reimagine a whole genre of storytelling.
Have you thought about casting?
So, what's this big audition you were talking about?
It's a huge opportunity. I'm auditioning for Wonder Man.
Did you hear about Wonder Man? I need to be in this movie.
It's sorry, you crazy.
I was born to play this character.
Oh, you serious? Boo, they are already talking to Leo.
You just gotta go out there and crush it.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to come up with a backstory for the character.
Well, trust the words. Just show up and say them.
No, that's not my process.
Well, in process can go blow spider.
You guys killing it in there, bro.
Where was he before?
Pretty sure he used to be a terrorist.
Gotta do that little callback.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man.
Listen to me, Simon. The callback is happening now. Just be normal.
Normal man. The breakdown is go method.
Come in. Mr. Kovac will meet you in the living room.
So you are here to meet Von Kovac?
Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone. I want to explore the place between fiction and non-fiction.
That's tight.
Isn't that the dude from
We are
Superman?
going to make the last movie on Earth. No one will have the balls to make another. Action!
Any news from Von Kovac?
There is news to be the first to know. Unless you call me again, in which case I will never tell you.
I'll give it a shot. I like the fact that it's meta and it's satire. I still have not watched the studio. I should probably watch the studio before watching that. I know the studio is going to be better than that. But it's interesting. But yeah, wasn't the old dude, wasn't that the fucking dictator guy in Superman? That was the same guy, right? Anyways, I don't know how you guys are feeling about that. It seems like it's going to be interesting. Obviously they're like taking a unique approach on it, and they're bringing back Ben Kingsley and all that stuff. So, and then of course they talked about Vision Quest, and James Spader, of course, is officially returning for Vision Quest. Some details: the White Vision has all the memories of the original Vision, but struggles to connect with emotions. Ultron, Friday, Edith, Dumb E, and Jarvis all appear as human forms. So that's going to be interesting. And that's releasing, of course, next year. This guy right here. He's playing like their son, Wanda and Vision's son right here. So that guy's going to be playing that. James Darcy will return as Jarvis. He's the one that's going to be, the human Jarvis, which, since Paul Bettany can't really do that. So there you go. That's just kind of like that's just what happened when it came to Marvel Studios. Like I said, just shows, no movie stuff. There wasn't really any movie stuff, but I thought, why not talk about that a little bit? So anyways, yeah, skip it if you want to. I think I'll give Wonder Man a try. I didn't finish Ironheart. I wasn't gelling with Ironheart. I watched like the first 3 episodes, and I just, maybe I'll finish it up. I still have to finish Alien Earth, and I was actually digging that. I still have to finish that. Also, I forgot to mention, and may she rest in peace, Diane Keaton died on Saturday. Crazy. Diane Keaton died at age of 79. And I was like, you wouldn't think that she was going to pass away anytime soon. She still looked very good at her age. And, had to be some kind of cancer thing. I don't know if have they actually released what killed her. Man, that sucks. So may she rest in peace, and condolences to her friends and family. And that was a bit of a shocker right there. That was a bit of a shocker, not gonna lie. Bit of a shocker. Now on to the box office, and yeah. It's just, it's interesting. I enjoyed Tron Ares. I was hoping it would be successful because then maybe we'd get more. It seems like this franchise has just always been kind of cursed. It's so weird. I was like talking about this with people after we watched, like my brother and my dad, and it's like, it's so crazy that the original movie came out like 45 years ago. I don't know how many years. It was like 82, or was it 81, or was it 79? I don't even remember when the first Tron came out. And it was so it evolved cinema. And even to this day, even watching it now, I think it's just awesome. Like, that movie just still stands, I think. Yeah, maybe the effects don't look as polished, but they still, if you're thinking about the time and you're thinking about like, wow, they really pulled off something right there too, which was crazy. And then, of course, 2010, we finally get the sequel. And the sequel, I enjoyed the sequel. Yeah, the de-aging of Jeff Bridges was wonky, but it was 2010, 15 fucking years ago. Obviously, that shit is better now. So when it comes to Tron Ares, I enjoyed it. I just thought the story was goddamn weak. The story just, they could have had, there was a lot of meat on the bone that they could have done. I mean, we just talked about Cameron, what's his name, Monaghan, who got completely removed from the movie. And then, you know, Jeff Bridges, I'm not in it much, man. Jeff Bridges not in it that much, man. I didn't like the other one, you know. But, yeah, so it's just, there's like, it seems like there's a lot of meat on the bone, and it just, I don't know. The visuals were great. The action was great. And the soundtrack was fantastic. It had a lot of things working for it. But the story was just so weak, in my opinion. And it sucks because, well, didn't really do so well. $33.2 million. It actually, they were saying projections were at 40 to 50 domestic. And overall, it made $59.9 million. So not even an international market was going to even try to save this one. So yeah, it's very interesting to see that it just really couldn't find the big time audience. I don't know. It just seems like, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. And then Roofman also came out, which a lot of people were liking. It only made $8.1 million, but I don't think anybody was thinking this movie was gonna do a bunch of money. And I think, like, I heard the budget was really low, like 20 million, like in the 20 million range, maybe more than that. I don't know. It was a low budget though, so it's not gonna have much. When it comes to Tron Ares, I think it was $180 million or $150 million budget for Tron Ares. Which still, you know, at least it wasn't like a $200 million budget. One battle after another keeps on having low drops in between, but it's only at 138. This movie had a budget of 140, so it hasn't even made, at the box office its production budget. And of course, you have to make more, even though people are liking it. And I already know there's going to be awards for this movie like crazy, which will amplify it up a little bit. And then, of course, The Conjuring Last Rites, which is still running strong, almost at $500 million. And this movie only cost $55 million. Awesome. And sadly, The Smashing Machine is just, 69.2% drop, 13.6. You know, I thought this movie might have got some more eyeballs. I really thought it was going to get more eyeballs. I'm actually very shocked that it didn't. You know, so many people love the UFC, Ultimate Fighting, MMA. You know, I mean, obviously it's not, like that, but it's not fully like UFC, of course. But I just figured that would have drawn that audience, and then people just like seeing the fact that like, whoa, that's Dwayne Johnson, he's playing that role. But I'm just kind of wondering, like, if award season comes about, is it going to help that? I don't know if the Rock era, the big time Rock era is done. It's done. But he's still got like Jumanji coming out. I don't know what's going on with that Fast and Furious movie. I talked about that last Monday. God knows what's going on with that. But he's got Jumanji 4 coming out. He's got Moana, the live action Moana coming out. So he's still got some big blockbusters still coming out. I think they even said that there's still like a Hobbs and Shaw sequel that's supposed to be happening too. Who knows if that's going to happen. But I don't know. I think it's just a little bit of a wake-up call for Dwayne Johns. But, he'll be fine. All right, now let's watch some trailers here because I missed some trailers. I think there was like a couple, specifically the new Running Man trailer, because I am hyped for that one because it's Edgar Wright, and I love the original Running Man movie with Arnold. Let me see here, because I know there was some, I can't believe they're bringing Fear Factor back again. Did you guys see this? In January, Fear Factor is coming back for a third. I think it's like the third or fourth time Fear Factor is coming back, and Johnny Knoxville is hosting it. I'm like, good Lord. I don't know if I want to watch people eat bull testicles again and stuff. I don't know if I'm down for that. But yeah, they brought that back. All right, let's go ahead and I mean, maybe even Running Man might be the only trailer I might watch right here. But all right, let's watch this because I'm very excited for it.
You know, I've been thinking about the show. For the next 30 days, everyone in the country is trying to murder me.
Damn.
And it's crazy, right?
People on these games never come back.
We have no choice. We need money for a doctor now.
Welcome to
Oh, that's some Edgar Wright right there.
Contestants will be hunted for 30 days. Anyone can kill you.
Hunt him down!
Survive, and you will walk away with $1 billion new dollars.
I always thought this was fake.
Oh, shit!
Feeling pretty real now.
I need weapons, an ID, and a disguise. Holy shit, is that C4?
That's not for sale.
Don't you get it? This game is rigged. I got a grenade! Back at you.
Everything okay, Mr. Springer?
Yeah.
You know why they cheered for you down there? If you could survive against those goons, so can they.
I'm just trying to get back to my family.
They're here.
Wow.
I'll be honest with you. I can't just let you win this game.
Fuck is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
He said it. Yeah, that's gonna be fantastic. Edgar Wright, you crazy son of a bitch. Edgar Wright style, you know, I love it. Like, you know, there's like a video online you could find that somebody breaks down Edgar Wright's editing style and how, like, when it comes to normal movies, when they do like a transition of having like the character going, you know, traveling somewhere, and they usually just do a bunch of wide shots with some music or whatever. Edgar Wright, he does like all those fast edits where like the person's like getting their clothes on and grabbing stuff. It's all you saw a little bit in that trailer right there, and I love that shit. I just love Edgar Wright's editing style. It's so freaking cool. So cool. So cool. Yeah, maybe that was it. I thought there was another trailer. Nah, maybe I was thinking of the Mortal Kombat featurette and the Wonder Man trailer. But I think that's pretty much it when it comes to trailers over the weekend. When it comes to movies, I don't think there really was anything else. Yeah. Doesn't look like there was anything else. But yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, there's a bunch of show trailers, and I'm like, I don't even care. That's fine. The Film Junkee parody. They didn't even spell parody right. Good Lord. Didn't even spell parody. Like, I feel like Glenn Powell's in. Yeah, I think Glenn Powell is going to be around for a bit. He has a lot of charisma, that Glenn Powell. I think he has a lot of charisma. He definitely has a lot of charisma. That's what I like. Not that. All right, let's go to some questions then. We'll go ahead and wrap this stream up. All right. Let's go to some Twitter questions and see what you guys have to say over here. Don't bring me... Now I'm going to have that fucking song in my brain. Don't make me down. Don't break me down. Bruce. Gotta love it. All right. Twitter questions. Hard-boiled, Mr. Eric. Hey, Dave. Suppose Zach produced future Snyderverse DC stuff, animated or otherwise, having other directors handle that while he directs his personal projects. Would you find that idea acceptable? Yes, I said that back in 2001. I talked about Zach with it. I've said that before. That's why when I have these people that say like, Zach, bring Zach back, I'm like, he's busy. He even said he would be too busy back then if they wanted to do more, because he hadn't pitched Rebel Moon yet. He was doing Army of the Dead. He has so many things. And I asked him specifically, I'm like, okay, so say that they wanted to do the sequel and maybe they wanted to make it a series. Would you gladly do it? He goes, yeah, I would say go for it. But like, would you do it? He said, no, I'm going to be too busy. And I said, would you have other people do it? He goes, yes. I know, it's funny. But of course, you know, some of those guys won't accept that. P.S., like I said at the start of stream, Zach making movies with Paramount means them hashtags ain't going anywhere. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, the hashtags are not really part of the algorithm of Twitter anymore. Time to drop the hashtags. Darkness Under the Wind. Dave, question 1. After seeing how Peacemaker Season 2 ends, do you think the main threat in Man of Tomorrow will be Rick Sr. and Argus with Superman and Lex having to team up and take them down? No, I don't think. I think that'll be part of it, but I don't think it's going to be the main threat. There's going to be I think Brainiac and some other villains are going to be they're going to be thready. Question 2. Do you think Peacemaker will die in Man of Tomorrow or still be around? I don't even think he'll show up in Man of Tomorrow, to be honest. I think there'll probably be like, you'll see like a Daily Planet headline, or you'll see something on the news that'll be like, you know, that'll say like Peacemaker has been missing for this long a time or whatever the hell. So, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Question 3, do you think Man of Tomorrow will do the DCU... do you think Man of Tomorrow will be the DCU project that will tell us who's going to be the first big bad with Salvation playing a role? Yeah, and and the fact that Salvation has ties to Apocalypse, it's just like, oh, fuck, you know? It just kind of shows you right there. We got Devin Wooter. Hey, Dave, I don't believe Cosmicbook news saying James Gunn could be fired. They're mad that's DC doing well. Yeah, don't ignore Cosmicbook. Besides, Superman was like Iron Man, phase 1. That's one way to look at it, of course. That's how we've always kind of like, yeah, they're starting the new universe. How about Seattle Mariners? What a roster. Will James Gunn use Justice League movie? Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the Mariners, and they won tonight, too. The Mariners are up 2-0 on the Blue Jays in the ALCS. I love that. Joshua G. Hey, Dave, I don't know why you're always listed under probable spam. It makes no sense. Hey, Dave, I don't know if did I do something in the past? I don't know. Hey, Dave, when do you think we'll get the trailer for Supergirl? End of this month or next month? Before Wicked 2? That is a good question. I'm like, you would think like maybe they would have a teaser at least. There'd be some kind of teaser or something. But we just haven't gotten anything yet. And that is weird. Like, why haven't we gotten that yet, you know? Maybe, I mean, it's coming out in July. When did we get the Superman teaser? Did we get that at the beginning of the year? When was the first Superman teaser? Let me look that up. Superman teaser. Because I was like, maybe we could, let's see. The official, that was 9 months ago. Superman teaser. We got a Thanksgiving? Why does it just say 9 months ago? It was December 19th. December 19th. So, I mean, that could be, I think, maybe in the next 2 months. Like, if it's coming out, because it's coming out in what, June or July? Supergirl? We got it before Thanksgiving? Why does it say, why am I seeing December 19th that this premiered on DC's thing? Are you sure it was that? Yeah, it's December 19th. So yeah, you're like almost a month off. Yeah, it was December. It was December 19th. So, and Supergirl is coming out, let's see, when is it coming out? Like June 23rd or something like? Supergirl release date, June 26th. I think we're going to get it before the year's up. It just depends on when. Because if we're gonna like measure it to Superman, but then of course, you know, it might be a little different. I wouldn't be surprised if we get it. We could get it around Thanksgiving, and we could get it in December for sure. So that'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting. So I don't know. I'm thinking hopefully in the next couple of months because I'm very curious. Again, that's going to be the first movie. I mean, we saw it, but the thing is, when are we going to get the Lanterns trailer? Lanterns is coming out before Supergirl, so it's like, when are we going to be getting that? That's also what I'm wondering too. Yeah, so like Lanterns, we don't even have like a full-on official release date of Lanterns. I think it's just going to be like first quarter of next year, right? I don't think we don't even have that yet. It says early 2026. 8 episodes, 2026. I mean, we could probably think March. So, I mean, yeah, we probably should get a trailer for that first, right? Well, see, that was another thing. I mean, that was another thing where they kind of dropped the ball. It's like, how do you not, you end Peacemaker. How do you not have the next thing to show people? I mean, like, you want to, like, get people excited for the next thing. Why not have a 30-second teaser for Lanterns? Why don't you have something? You have footage, put something together, show a little green, show both the actors, or have some voiceover from fucking Kyle Chandler talking about Lanterns. You could have just, I mean, they just, another missed opportunity, you know? That could have really helped the backlash the finale was getting. The backlash that the Peacemaker finale was like getting from fans, you know, it could have softened that a little bit. Of course, they didn't think that was going to happen, but that could have softened things if they just had that Lanterns teaser. But that's just me. I don't run things. Maybe I should, right? That's right. Get James Gunn out of there. I'll run DC Studios. I'll do it. I'll take on that whole thing. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe. Like I said, only Film Junkie Live. You know, like I said, we're only going to be doing Monday Film Junkie Lives right now. Patreon, I'll be doing a post show, and I'm also going to be bringing back my Sunday podcast to the Patreon as well, where I used to just talk not just about movies, other things too. I'm going to start bringing that back on Sundays. So look forward to that. But like I said, Wednesday, all you members out there, we'll do a members-only stream. We'll do it longer than I usually do. I swear it'll happen this time. I know we haven't done a members-only stream in a couple of weeks, but I'll definitely do it on Wednesday. And then, like I said, DC Fanimated, Ernie Altbacker is going to be on. We're going to talk specifically Batman Azteca with Scott and I, kind of just like break it down with him and everything. I know we talked about it a little bit on the Vox stream, but hey, we'll talk about it just a little bit more. All right, guys. You guys are awesome. Patreon, like I said, post show will be on there, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday, you members. All right, love you. Talk to you later.